Hello everyone, this is Bhargav. Once again, welcome back to Gurugyan Tutorials. Yes, today we'll be creating this ball jump animation. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to prepare a ball rig for making a ball jump, and also I'll be animating this. In the tutorial, especially in the animation part, I'll be covering up some animation principles like anticipation, timing and spacing, moving, hold, stretch and squash, ease in or ease out, or you may say slow in or slow out. And also, after doing this exercise, you will have a clear understanding of weight, timing and spacing, and properties of a character. You can even make a fat character jump similar to this, keeping in mind the principle of this ball jump animation that you will learn today. Okay, then I think we should start with Anime Studio Pro now. Okay, so first of all, we'll be creating the ball and rig it for creating the ball jump animation. So I'll name this layer to be ball, and I'll take the oval shape tool and holding the Alt and Shift on my keyboard, left click and drag for uniform creation of the ball. Next, I'll be creating a line from here to here for the dimension of the ball. I need a stroke as well, so selecting the create shape tool, click on this line and hit spacebar. Also, I'll be making a bit of change in the curvature of this ball. Now it's not looking good to me, so with the curvature tool selected, I'll click on the midpoint and drag to match the roundness of the ball. Also, I'll give a bit of thickness to the strokes, so select all the points, select the line width tool and left click and drag. Alright, that's fine. Control R to render. Yeah, this is looking good. So next is I need to create two bones, for one for stretch and the other for the squash. So for that, I'll create a bone layer with the name ball rig. Now drag the ball vector layer to the ball rig. Select the add bones tool, select this and name this to be stretch. What you can do is simply select this, edit, copy, edit, paste, then with the translate bone tool simply click and make it aside and rename this to be squash. Okay, fine. So this bone and this bone will be controlling the squash and stretch of this ball with the help of smart bone actions. Alright, so before creating that, we have to check if both the bones are having any influence on this. So click on bone strength. Yes, they are, so we'll say them to be 0. Then also we'll be giving a particular angle constraint, so go to bone constraint and select the bone you want and switch on angle constraint, and we'll give a -90 and 0 in the maximum value. Also for this squash bone, angle constraint -90 degrees and 0 in the maximum. Alright, so we have both the bones now ready for creating the smart bone action. So select the first bone, copy the name stretch and paste it. Now what I need is, when I rotate this, I need the ball to stretch, so I'll simply scale this and scale this up. Alright, but one more thing to keep in mind, that this particular line or this particular vector point is exactly touching the ground or will be touching the ground, so we don't want this to cross the limit. So for that, what you can do is you can simply turn on onion skins and on the first frame, that is the zero frame, you can turn on onion skin for that. And when you come to the first frame, you can see we get an outline of the zero frame. So as according to that, we can match up this point. So simply select the translate point tool and click and drag this to match that. Alright, so that's good. Next, also I would want this point to be a bit sharp, and also this point. So how to do that is simply select the curvature tool, make this sharp, as well the bottom one. Fine, so I have the stretch created. Again, I'll go back to the ball rig and be sure even the main line, and select the second bone, select and create a new action. Copy this name, sorry, first of all you should copy this, create a new action, paste it, say OK, and same for this as well. So minus 90 degrees, and the ball, select all the points, squash this down, and with the help of translate point, match the bottom vector point. Also, I would want these 2 points to be a bit sharper. So I'll go back to main line, select the bone layer. You have both the bones for stretch and squash. Enable the show label option so that you can see the name of the bones. It makes it easier for you to look and animate this. So let's test this. This is for the stretch, this is for the squash, and you can simply use the layer to animate the ball. Alright, so next I'll be moving on to the animation part. Alright, so now we'll be starting the animation part. Okay, so first of all, I will decide the ball to jump from the ground level and reach its maximum height and then come back. So for that, I'll go to like this frame and hit a key, and go to 18 frame, hit a key again, and then till 24 it will reach its maximum height, and then come back to at 30, copy this frame. So alright, I'll move this keyframes a bit later till frame 30 to 42. So as this particular space will be utilized for the anticipation part. Okay, now if you see this animation, it's looking quite linear. It doesn't have any weight on the ball, just moving up and down. So how to give a particular weight on this ball? So first of all, you need to create this or convert this keyframes into bezier. Now go to motion graph, double click on this. I'll zoom in the type frame a bit. You can see I have this curve, the green curve, which defines my height of the ball. So this is the maximum height, and this is the ground level. You can see on each keyframe there is a line which is known as the tangents, with the help of which you can manipulate this to make the ball go fast or slow. So on the 36th frame, you can see the ball reaches the maximum height. So here in this particular position, what happens is the ball, because of its certain force, it reaches this height and it cannot go any further. So what happens is in this portion the animation becomes slower. So to give that feeling of weight, you'll have to make these tangents flat on the both sides. Now on the starting point from the ground, when it jumps up to the maximum level, the animation is quite fast because the maximum force is applied to go up towards this maximum height. So for that, if you make this tangent like this defines the animation is fast in this particular point. Again, while coming down, it's slow and then hits the ground pretty fast. That is why, because this ball will be having some weight and gravity will be continuously trying to bring this ball down to the ground. So definitely we'll have to make this fast as well. So if I play the animation, now you can see, if you go to keyframes, play, see, it's pretty fast now. Okay, now we have decided the speed of the speed of the ball and have given some weight to the animation. Now it's time for us to set the property of the ball, how the ball is. Like we say this the ball that the ball is pretty stretchy and squishy. So for that, what we will do is use the smart bones. How to do that is, first of all, we'll have to make the anticipation part. Whenever in real life, whenever we jump, what we do exactly is, at first we prepare ourselves to jump to the maximum height. So in that preparation time, what we do is we squash our body down a bit, like we sit down a bit, bending our body, and then we hold for a second and then jump. The holding part is like, it's not very static, our body parts move a little bit. So here in this example, the ball will make a squash at first from its initial shape, squash down, hold for a second, but that hold will be a little bit of more squash, and then finally holds and makes a maximum stretch, and then jumps to the maximum point of height it reaches and comes down again. So how to do that is, click on both the bones with the help of manipulate bones tool, then go to frame 18, squash the ball, then till like 24. I'll copy this and paste it. Like you can select this, edit, copy, and come to this timeline and say edit, paste. But this is looking more static, so what I'll do is, on 24 frame I'll give it a bit of more squash so that this looks like moving hold. This is what is known as moving hold. You are still on the hold, but a bit of movement is still there. After that, copy this frame again, copy, paste on this particular frame, and then on frame 30 where the ball starts to jump, give the maximum stretch. Why this is needed is, because like if you jump, you don't directly go to the maximum point or leave the ground level with the same amount of squash. At first you will stand up and gain a particular stretch on your body, and then move up, which is this maximum level. And yes, definitely here to this maximum point you'll have your original shape of your body, and then while coming down from this point to the ground level, your body will have the maximum stretch, and then after some time like few frames, what will happen is, this is your standing position trying to touch the ground level, then you sit, and then you continue to your settlement. So how to do that is, you come, touch the point, then come few frames later, you squash again after few frames, you stretch again a bit, then again after few frames you squash a bit more, and then stretch and retain your original position. So now let's have a look. Alright, so I think this particular thing is like, the first squash will be pretty fast because it's coming with a force. So I'll drag this keyframe near to this, then this one as well, then it settles slowly. Alright, this looks more convincing. Okay. Sorry. So I think you have got a better idea of animating the ball jump, how to do that. So what you need is, I'll just repeat up everything once more. This particular portion is meant for the anticipation. Now why this is needed? Because you never know what type of animation you are going to watch. This animation you are particularly making for an audience. So definitely you want the audience to prepare themselves and see what the main action is going to happen. So for that part you need the ball to squash and contain or gain some energy in this particular portion, and then jump with the maximum force for stretch, and then reach to the maximum level which originals and gain its original shape. And because of gravity, the ball cannot go further on, it should come back towards the ground. Okay, I think here is a problem here. So in this portion it will be completely stretched. Yeah, now it's fine. Alright, so I think you have got the best idea of how to animate this ball. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I think it is quite informative and helpful to you all. Please do subscribe Gurugan Tutorials to keep yourself updated, and thanks for watching.